Hey guys, Kate here, and welcome back to the Shark Bites podcast.
This is Kate's boyfriend, Dreamy.
What are we talking about today?
IFC.
This was my first IndyFurCon, but my third furry convention, and this was Juimi's first furry convention ever. So we're going to talk a little bit about our experiences there.
Well, for me it was my first FurryCon, and it was really liberating, you could say. It felt like I was finally among my people.
That's how I felt when I went to my first convention.
What hit me the most was how so many people, with so many different ideas and so many different styles, could all be hanging around together happily and in a yet such organized way.
So they had about almost 1,500 people at this convention this year. And they had about 300 fursuiters, which I thought was really neat. Because at Gateway Fur Meet, they only had about 100.
Yep, each design was unique, and it was amazing, I will say. It was extremely hard to find two suits that matched.
And you got to see a yinglet.
Yes, yinglets are awesome. Disgusting, but awesome.
I was trying to figure out what she was dressed as. It was like a gypsy outfit.
That's actually the garb of the Yinglet matriarchs.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
She's a politician.
So, what kind of panels did you go to?
I went mostly to writing panels since, as you know, I write. I went also to a couple others, such as the tabletop games, roleplay, and one about transhumanism. There is an initiative that is trying to essentially make becoming your fursona possible using genetic engineering, cybernetics, plastics.
I stopped by that panel briefly. It was pretty interesting.
It was the stuff they work with is legit. Far away, but it is legit.
Sadly, I didn't really make it to as many panels as I was hoping to go to this year. I'm trying to think of ones that I did stop in. I did manage to catch part of the Turning Your Art into a Business panel. They did a three-part panel, and I got to see a little bit of the first half of the first part. I was kind of busy fursuiting most of the time, though. I was in the fursuit parade. I went to the fursuit games. I went to the Furry Amino panel, like the meetup thing. Which, did I tell you about that? I can't remember.
A little bit. You told me that it turned into a game of music chairs.
Yes, so I was a little late because we had just gotten done with the fursuit parade, I think it was. And then there was a Furry Amino meetup, and honestly, I haven't been on Amino in a while. But I was like, oh, that sounds cool, I'll check it out. So I was like 15 minutes late or whatever. And as soon as I stepped in, it had turned into musical chairs, and they were playing for prizes, which, I mean, they had like 5 prizes, but there's only one winner for musical chairs, so I don't know how long they were planning to play for, because they only had like 30 minutes left or whatever. So I ended up leaving that panel, and I checked out Juimi's panel for a short period of time. I did manage to see some of my friends at IndyFurCon, more than I thought I would. A lot of people from GFM that went this year. If you guys know Alex, I'm subscribed to him. He's on YouTube as well. He was there. I've known him from the Southern Illinois community for a while now. Spirit Bear was there.
The German Shepherd.
Yeah, that's Alex.
I thought there was another German Shepherd also. There was the other one, Jinx.
Oh, yeah, Mikhail's there. Jinx the Husky. Oh, and Where's the Wolf, aka Quasar, who I filmed dancing at GFM, and I got him on video, his new dance for IndyFurCon. I did get a lot of good footage. The only thing is I didn't get the fursuit parade because I was in it, so I couldn't really film it.
But I did,
Well,
especially you.
you filmed part of it.
Oh,
I know. So I was trying to find somebody that filmed the whole thing so I could include clips of it in my IndyFurCon video. I did find one that's really well shot, and I'm in it, like clearly in it. I'm actually in the thumbnail too. Any other things you want to mention?
well, I can't wait for my next convention. That's something that I would really want to say. The furry community is way better than I even imagined. When it does things right, it does them extremely right.
The hotel sucked.
Yes, screw the Marriott.
So, we had some bad luck with the hotel that we stayed at for IndyFurCon. The first day that we got there, which was a Friday, we had problems with my card, and we had to like use the ATM, and I had to borrow money from a friend and then borrow some from you, and then like we were just trying to get into the room before it was like later in the evening because we had stuff to go to, like panels to go to and stuff. We weren't the only ones that had issues though.
Yep.
Alex mentioned that they didn't have a fridge in their room and they had some trouble with theirs as well, and some other people I had talked to.
Yep.
The dealer's den was awesome this year.
Oh yes. I managed to buy a lot of books and even meet some people that I commissioned. It was really fun. Also, I met a dear friend of mine, Fere. Check out his commissions. He's really good.
And you bought a tail.
Yes, I bought a blue tail. The tail of the blue hyena.
I was very impressed with the dealer's den. More so than GFM. Sadly, GFM the last 2 years have been kind of lackluster. Like, they haven't had a whole lot of vendors coming. They had more this year than they did last year, but still not as impressive as IndyFurCon for sure. Unfortunately, we probably won't be going back to IndyFurCon for a while, just because if you guys haven't heard already, I'm moving to Texas. But the furry adventure doesn't stop there because there are many furry events in Texas that I plan on attending and filming for you guys. But I probably won't be going to any more Midwest cons for a while. Was there anything about the con that surprised you?
I guess that what surprised me was the con as a whole. It was amazing to see so many people with so many different styles.
Well, I have nothing else to add. I'm glad that you had a great time. I did too. Mostly after the first day, I started having more fun, like after all the hotel stuff. But for the most part, it was a great con and a great send off for me. Thank you to everyone who came out and said hi and making it a great con. Well, that's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next podcast.
Bye bye.